started reading about me. The words she'd written took me by surprise. You'd never read them in her eyes. They said that she had found a love she'd waited for. Wouldn't you know it? She wouldn't show it. And as I go through my life, I will wish for her, my wife, all those sweet things we can find. I found a diary underneath a tree and started reading about me. The words began to stick and tears to flow. Her meaning now was clear to see. The love she'd waited for was someone else, not me. Wouldn't you know it? She wouldn't show it. And as they go through their lives, he will give to her, his wife, all those sweet things they can find. All those sweet things they can find. All right, that's a beautiful song called Diary. Very popular back in the 60s, done by the group called Bread, written by their wonderful lead singer and guitar player David Gates. And I've never played any of his songs because he could sing so high and so beautiful I couldn't get anywhere near that, so I just listen to him and enjoy him like everybody else. But lately now I've been tuning down the guitar and getting it in a range where I can actually sing those David Gates songs, which is great. So I've been learning several of them. This Diary is one of my favorites. So what we're doing today is we're learning a new song, but we're going to use what's called baritone tuning. Okay, and I looked on the Taylor guitar website. They had something they call a baritone guitar up there, a special one that they made to tune it down low so you could play along in a little bit different tone than the other guitars, or you could sing with it easier in a lower key if you needed to. So what I did was instead of buying that fancy expensive new guitar, I just took my little Taylor GS Mini and I put on some D'Addario medium bronze strings so they're a little bit stronger when it's tuned down low. And then I tuned it down to the baritone tuning, which is here: B from the 6th string, B, E, A, D, F sharp, B. So it's tuned just like standard tuning, but it's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole steps, or 5 half steps from where the regular tuning is. So if you use your guitar in baritone tuning, if you want to be in standard tuning, just put your capo up here on the 5th fret, and then you're back to standard tuning. But for today's lesson, we're learning how to play a baritone guitar in the baritone tuning. And the good news is, if you got a decent Taylor guitar of just about any type, even a GS Mini, you can tune it down. Probably puts a little bit thicker strings on it first, and it'll tune down there and play nice and good, and no, it doesn't buzz or rattle or anything bad. You definitely want to use your tuner to keep it in tune, because when you get down that low, it can get out of tune pretty quick. Now go get the B. The F's a little sharp there. F sharp, D looks good, A looks good, E looks good, and the low B looking good. So alright, so if you get your guitar tuned down to the baritone tuning, let's learn this song now by David Gates. And one thing I love about David Gates is I've been learning here, he uses all kind of chords, structures that nobody else uses that I've never played in my life. So you got to sit in front of that and kind of figure out what he's doing. But then when you do, it's really, you hear what a beautiful folk style guitar he's playing. So I'll have all the chords down below in the description, and the chord shapes and everything, so you can see what it is. And I don't even know the names of them. But basically it starts off with this chord here, where you're just pressing down the third fret on the second string and the second fret on the first string, and then you're playing the open third string with it. Then he grabs both strings on the bottom two strings on the first fret. Oops, something a little bit out of tune here. Let me fix that real quick here. Looks like it's the F sharp. Alright, I think we got enough. So again, start at the beginning. And then he walks down on the 4th, 5th, and 6th string, and he just grabs the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Puts his first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then plays 3rd fret on those 2 strings. I found a diary underneath the tree, walking down, and started reading about me. Okay, then he just repeats that a couple of times. The words she'd written took me by surprise. You'd never read them in her eyes. Okay, and then he goes to this strange chord here, which I'll have described down there, but it's on the bottom 4 strings. And all he does through the rest of the verse is he pulls on the bottom 4 strings and alternates with the bass. So I'm using my first finger to alternate. I'm pulling on, squeezing with my thumb the other 3 fingers and pulling on the 4th string. Okay, so it's coming down there. So let's go back a little bit. D7, B7, the love that she did, E minor 9, then G7, C, wouldn't you, G, know it, then C, she wouldn't show it. So I'm just doing that little squeeze pattern the whole time. Now there's a little break here. He goes to D7, B7. And as E minor, that was just D7, B7, E minor, and go now G7 through my C. Life I will, A minor 7, give to D, or D7, my G. Why? Now here's a cool transition, G7 to match the melody. Although, excuse me, did I say G7? I meant G major 7. all those, see, sweet things we can. Then the first time through he goes to the B7th and plucks it out like this. Then he goes back to the original. I found a diary underneath a tree and started reading about me. The words began to stick and tears to flow. The meaning now was clear to see. Now you do that little transition chord and start your squeeze pick. She, G, waited for D7, B7 was someone else, not E minor, C, G7, C. Wouldn't you, G, know it? C. She wouldn't, G, show it. And D7 and B7 again. And as now E minor, they go G7 through their C lives. He will A minor 7th give to D7 her his G wife. Now that G major 7, all the sweet things D7. These things they can find. G major 7 again. All those sweet things D7 they can. And then just up the top for the G. There it is. Diary. David Gates' beautiful, beautiful folk song in the baritone tuning, which now everybody can sing along with it when you use this kind of guitar. I've been real excited about doing this baritone tuning. I just did it a few days ago and been trying it out and finding all the different kind of songs that will work with it and that can sing better and easier with it and so on. So I highly recommend, especially if you got two guitars sitting around, you may want to have one of them tuned down into baritone tuning here and the other one in standard, or maybe I keep some of mine, one of mine, and drop the one full step, and then I got this one dropped down 5 half steps, and between 3 guitars with standard and drop 2 and drop 5 can sing just about anything you want and play it in the original style too. Okay, have fun with that one.